Welcome everybody. Today is D15, day 15 and lesson 15 I want to release. So here it is. Today I want to talk to you about what is meant by enum, enum functionality, and how does it differ from enumerate function. Okay, enum is a data type. It's a data type. Format the values with numeric constants. So whatever, wherever, so you may have format the values with numeric constants. So format categories. Format categories with numeric values or numeric constants. While enumeration is a legacy iterator that creates index type constants to the categories. Okay, so enum in that sense is very general in my thinking and possibility of applying them. And you will see, the way it is used in, most, the examples I saw mostly about enum being used like enumerate function. Okay, it is not. It can be more powerful, more valuable in maintaining catalogs of formats for categories of data elements. Okay, and hence it is similar to. In my opinion, similar to SAS format catalog. Okay, so it cannot be simply trying to get index for categories, though that is how you see the examples to be in the net. I will also agree that you can use enumerate to create an index type keying for categories. For general purposes, it also resembles the properties of dictionary. Yet, when dictionary is there, why do we care? So these things should give enough information for you to think more generally about the power of enum. Okay, in my thinking, enum is similar to SAS format catalog type application. Okay, so here is some original wording and phrases from data science practitioners. We saw in D13, day 13 instructions working with format key values that comes in real life applications in coding of data descriptions for different states of a variable. So for standardizing language, let us use expression, maybe a tuple of values, tuple of descriptions separated by comma. It's called I call them as value mapping. That is same as format key value pairs. Okay, is what format key value pairs were. So this expression this expression regarding value mapping is achieved by enum function. Okay, enum. I want to differentiate between enum functionality versus enum function. Enumerate function. Okay. On the other hand, enumerate function has to comply by sequencing it. So that is very important. So the enum can be. Doesn't have to be sequenced. Of course, it can be easier, simpler. It looks like easy to manage and so on if it is sequentially numbered, but it can be not necessarily sequentially numbered. The other thing is enum function examples you see only as integer value, right? I tend to believe that you can use characters also, even though those things are not explicitly known. I am trying to see how I can use these functionalities for simplifying the work for practitioners, and also we have to use certain functions and functionality only absolutely when you are when you need it. So from that point of view, also it fits in that my simple explanation for you is that enum can be similar to SAS functionality of format cataloging. Okay, for example, you see the days of the week. This was a classic example. Almost everybody will say this. Okay, as in the internet, in the internet. Okay, class days of a week. And you call it as enum. Okay, input values. Right. This is the parameter, input parameter. Monday is equal to 1, Tuesday equal to 2, Wednesday is equal to 3, Thursday equal to 4, Friday is equal to 5, Saturday equal to 6, Sunday equal to 7. So why do we need enum? What are the advantages? Enum gives name, which means enum gives names and gives name to a constant. Okay, so 1 is Monday, 2 is Tuesday, like that. The switch can be anyway. This is how examples are shown in the internet, so I'm picking up from there. Okay, so ideally it will be the data will be days of the week is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the values are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But remember that it doesn't have to be, we have to define that. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you this resembles like a formatting of values. Okay, and people say that enum gives name to a constant, which makes code more readable. Debugging is also easier as you see a name along with the value, not just the value. This is where I am not just a value, right? So this is exactly where I am tempted to bring in the phrase that it is, after all, the format labels to integer valued classes. Desired be, these are all the things people write it. And in fact, the creator of enum, Mr. Ethan Furman, in Stack Overflow points out the following reasoning that even though you can do many things, here are some generic examples. Here is day of a week, months in a year, federal holidays in a year, and I'm going to say, why not product types in your organization, right? So so you can see there is a link here about Stack Overflow. Take a look at that. The purpose becomes very clear with the following logic as to why we need them. We know date time. He says all these things. Okay, Ethan Furman says in this Stack Overflow link, we know date time and date time module, date time and day in date time module have two representations for the days of the week, ranging from values 0 to 6 versus 1 to 7. So rather than keep track of these differences themselves, we can add a method to the weekday enum to extract the day from the date time or date instance and return the matching enum number. This again points to format cataloging method from SAS. So what I want to get to, again, this is what the summary is. Enum is a type whose members are named constants. This is a named constant, okay? This is a named constant. Member type, and points out number type. Okay, just a second. Okay, here it is. Enum is a type whose members are named constant that all belong to, or should a logical group of values. Okay, so it's tough. So just say that it is similar to stat format statement, and it works especially for healthcare people, okay, and it's easy for statisticians and healthcare people, legacy statisticians and healthcare people, okay. So I'm saying we can alternatively say that they are useful for defining and keeping as a reference for format values and the labels of variables, almost same as like dictionary. So again, it's almost like dictionary, but then we don't want to. So they can be used as catalog of. Let me take back one sentence back. So they can be used as catalog of variable definitions across various representations of similar information to keep integrity of sameness across defined variables, across programmers, across applications, across industries. It is same as what statisticians call them as format values and labels in simplicity. So with that, I think here is the additional notes here. Same thing, written differently. Okay, like that. Okay, so I suggest that I think probably I'm repeating that for the example. Here is some original wordings. So I basically repeated that. Okay, so I don't need this. So I'm going to take this out. Okay, so I'm just suggesting that think about enum and enumerate. Enumerate does give you a continuous like a sequenced values. It gives numbering for categories of values, okay? But I'm suggesting it doesn't have to be, even though there is no enum right now for characters. I can say that enum resembling like formatting, in SAS, format labeling in SAS, proc format, you can actually write enum to represent character values of groups of character values of categories of a variable. Character values of a categories of a variable, even though enum is now currently used for numerical values for categories of variable. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you see the the simplicity and simplicity of thinking, and how to own the internal logics and simplify the internal logics of Python to your application, especially from the point of view of analytics space, where healthcare uses quite a bit of SAS, and I see it is resembling to that one. So enjoy yourself these some clarification that I'm bringing to the table. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening. Bye.